Happening today, it is National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day. It's a chance to get rid of prescriptions you don't need anymore and keep them out of the wrong hands. Many of the events start at 10 this morning, and one local police department is stepping things up this year. 41 Action News reporter Nick Starling is live in Lenexa, where things start in about half an hour. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning, Tom. Yeah, they start at 8 o'clock this morning, and they're taking vape cartridges as well as things as syringes. But also, parents, listen up. If you have a car seat and don't know if it's installed correctly, Lenexa Police are here to help. And joining us now is Officer Danny Chavez. Thank you again for joining us this morning. Talk to us a little bit about this program you have going on this morning.
Yeah, so this morning, in addition to the drug take-back event, we're doing a child car seat safety inspection. So we want to make sure those little ones are strapped in safely, their car seats are installed properly. So we've got numerous of our personnel who've been trained and certified in this type of thing. So we'll make sure that the car seat, one, is not the subject of any manufacturer recalls. We'll make sure that it's been installed properly, and then make sure that it's the right car seat for your child's age and size. The last thing we want to see happen is get involved, even in a minor crash, and the car seat's not properly installed, the child isn't properly fastened, and then sustain some kind of injury. So swing by, only takes a few minutes. You don't need any appointment. You don't need to live in Lenexa. Just come to our police station here on 87th Street, and we'll have somebody take a look at that car seat, make sure it's properly installed.
That's probably a lot of things parents don't even realize that they have a car seat that may be installed incorrectly. I know previously we were showing video of a car seat that is properly installed inside of a vehicle. How many times do you see maybe at accidents or things that, maybe a car seat is not installed correctly?
Yeah, it happens more often than you'd like to think, and especially new parents, they've got a lot on their mind, very understandably, but we don't want them to neglect, installing that car seat. It can be intimidating, but really after doing it a couple of times, you should have it down pat. So this would be a great thing for new parents to come on by and bring the car seat, of course, and give it a shot, install it. We'll double check it, make sure it's done properly.
And I know that you do this kind of on a regular basis, but today you don't need an appointment to come in, right?
Yeah, we do offer this year-round. You can normally call and make an appointment, and one of our folks will look at the car seat. Today, no appointment necessary between 8 o'clock and 3 o'clock. Again, just pull right up. We'll have people outside. You don't even need to come in, and they'll take a look at that car seat.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you, officer, for joining us again. All right. So that event, as well as drug take-back, starts at 8 o'clock here at Lenexa Police Headquarters. Reporting live in Lenexa, Nick Starling, 41 Action News.
Coming up on 25 minutes to the hour on this Saturday morning, with a backlog of property complaints in Belton, the city has hired a second code enforcement officer as more flood in. They are now averaging 125 investigations a week, looking into tall grass, debris, and rundown vacant homes. City leaders say since April, they cited nearly 960 properties. That's more than 1,400 code violations.
If people call, we go out, we let them know, we give them so much time to clean it up. If not, we go back, violate them, and let them know that the city will be back to abate it.
I think it's a good thing because there's a lot of upkeep to do, and just keeping a second person on staff would be a good idea.
The city had 2 code enforcement officers a little more than a decade ago, but cut the position during the recession. Brides in the metro want their money back after a hair and makeup artist didn't show up on the big day. At this point, more than a dozen people say they were impacted. Annie DeVol had a lot of excuses for the missed weddings. She says she will refund the brides, but there's no telling when. In the meantime, other hair and makeup artists are stepping up to help out. As consumer investigative reporter Kat Reed learned, they're giving brides a do-over.
When her hair and makeup artist didn't show up on the day of her wedding, bride Miranda Reeves was frustrated.
And for her to just not show up, or to not even call or text and explain why she didn't show up, was really disappointing. Really, all the empathy I had for her just kind of went out the window at that point.
She had booked Annie DeVol Artistry and paid her $500 to do the job. After seeing bad reviews leading up to the big day, Reeves realized she needed a backup plan, but she couldn't afford it.
I didn't have the money to give. I paid her in full.
Enter Melissa Blayton, a hair and makeup artist who rallied a team to help.
I think I owe a lot of free facials, like whatever I can do just to show appreciation, because I couldn't be able to offer a solution if it weren't for these people coming together.
People like hairstylist Melissa Ingstrom.
I couldn't imagine being in their spots and being so frustrated, so I wanted to help as much as possible.
And they did, covering at least a dozen weddings, doing the work at discounted prices or for a tip only. But there were some brides they didn't know about.
I think when you're 5 years old, you start planning your wedding, and hair and makeup is a big part of that, like what your look is going to be. And the fact that that was missed, I just thought, you know what, we can do this.
It's called the DoOver Project. Hair and makeup artists and photographers will give brides a second chance at the moments they missed. Wedding venue 1890 in Platte City donated its space for the event. Others are pitching in flowers and food.
Some of these girls were rallied around by their bridal parties. Hair and makeup was done by friends and family and not by a professional. So this is really giving them the opportunity to have that pampering moment and to really have those fine touch and refined images that they were really hoping to have on their wedding days.
This is the Facebook event for the DoOver Project. It's scheduled for November 17th at 9 a.m. Any bride who booked Duval and feels like they missed out can attend. I'm investigator Kat Reed, 41 Action News.
The makeup artist at the center of this controversy says she's dealing with family issues and depression. Annie DeVol said she's doing her best to make things right and will be refunding brides in the order of their contracts. United Airlines is making a change that should allow more carry-on bags. It says it's adding bigger overhead bin space on most planes. There should be enough for one bag per passenger on flights in the U.S. The process will start next year and should impact 80% of the planes within the next few years. Whether you're ready or not, Christmas movies are hitting the airwaves this weekend. I'm a fan of them. I think that's a good thing. Hallmark Channel plans to debut its premiere movies today. It's a big countdown to Christmas. Yesterday, the company also launched its holiday product line. It's everything from blankets to bingo and everything for the movies.
Wow, that's amazing. So you'll notice on our holiday countdown that we are 60 days away from Christmas today, but even sooner, Halloween, 5 days away. It's going to get really cold next week, and we have 2 rounds of wintry weather to watch. We'll discuss that in more detail. Our 7-day forecast is coming up.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Our Hy-Vee big game matchup last night was a fantastic game. Boy, this one went down to the wire. Pepto, Rolaids, Tums, if you got it, you'll need it for this one. Lawrence played host to Lawrence Free State. First quarter, Devin Neal, watch this, right back up the middle for the touchdown. Lions get on the board. The Firebirds retaliate like you knew they would. Malik Berry scores from a yard out to tie this thing up. Lawrence went right back to work. Neal scores his second touchdown of the day. Then Lions quarterback Jackson Dooley finds Trey Jackson on the touchdown. But Lawrence Free State comes all the way back and wins this one 31-30. It's a battle of the undefeateds. Lincoln Prep traveled to Summit Christian. Blue Tigers getting on the board first. Idriel Gentry on the 4-yard touchdown run. Then it's Howard Brown, all 280 pounds of him. He can throw the ball as well. Taking matters into his own hands on the ground, though, for the score. Howard telling the Summit Christian faithful to be quiet, but the Eagles would do no such thing. Grayson Sprouse finding Isaiah Kahimba across the middle for the touchdown, breaking several tackles on the score. But Lincoln Prep wins this one 35-21. They move to 9-0. Good for them. Undefeated Tonganoxie hosting Ottawa first quarter. Hy-Vee Athlete of the Week, Cooper Cunningham, stiff arm and some fantastic powerful running. Cunningham would finish the drive with another powerful run and a Tonganoxie touchdown. They were just getting started. They would go for 2. Blake Poge finds Connor Searcy on the 2-point conversion. Tonganoxie goes to 8-0. They win 62-7. Another undefeated team, Raytown hosting undefeated North Kansas City. First quarter, the Hornets cutting into Raytown's lead. Jeremy Brown finding a hole, takes it all the way to the 1. Brown would score on the very next play. Hornets down 14-7. Third quarter now, Raytown's Joe Campbell finds Devontae Key on a perfect 40-yard touchdown strike. Raytown wins big, 48-7. Kearney, the Bulldogs, visiting Smithville, but the Warriors own this game. Middle of the third, here's Spencer Miller finding the end zone, making it 27-0. Smithville, his brother Isaac Miller got it on the action. One play after his long run, the senior breaks the tackle and gets the touchdown. That was his third score of the day. Smithville wins it 34-0. So now that the regular season has ended, all of the playoff teams now, the playoffs will start. We've got the districts on the Missouri side, Sub-State on Kansas side, and I cannot wait on our road to the championship. It begins next week. That is your look at sports. Have a beautiful morning.
We'll also be keeping our eyes on several games at the college level today. K-State hosts Oklahoma this morning. That'll be a good game. Kansas hosts Texas Tech tonight. Missouri is at Kentucky tonight, hoping for a road win. Central Missouri hosts Pitt State this afternoon. And there's college baseball in Kansas City today. Vanderbilt plays Oklahoma State at the Urban Youth Academy at noon.
Weather's looking great all around the area, especially for the K-State and KU football games. In the Kansas side, it might even warm up pretty nicely, approaching 60 degrees. But as we look live this morning to get you out the door through our KB Complete Skyview network, we are noticing some clearing skies out there. Clouds are off to our east, so a lot more blue sky in place. Here's another shot at the Security Bank of Kansas City, noticing some clouds in the distance, but it will lead to a more sunny day by the afternoon. We're at 33 degrees at KCI right now. Wind chill at 29. It is really chilly without a jacket with a northeast breeze at 5 miles per hour. Downtown Kansas City, we're at 37, 36 degrees Liberty, 34 Lee Summit and Gladstone. KCK, you're currently running at 32 degrees. Now the wider view on our map shows a lot of us rather chilly, lower middle 30s with some 40s out there to our south and east. Sedalia, Clinton, and Pleasanton all around 41 to 43. That's where the cloud cover seems to linger this morning, south and east of the metro. A little more overcast sky with some rain showers nearby. It looks like they've fallen apart and they've weakened as they travel to the north and west, and areas east of Kansas City